Thanks for tuning in to Wise. Today we're looking at zombies, monsters and robots. Okay, so we're going to start at the first place we all start, the tutorial.
Let's get some basics out of the way.
Now as far as tutorials go, look, painless. Runs about 3 minutes.
To open the door.
The only thing that's a little irritating is the fact that Duckman's telling you what to do.
But first, use this space to brack when you're done rolling around.
I'll take that.
Now, use that weapon to shoot some target.
Fairly standard sort of stuff. Shooting down the range, using your different weapons, zooming in or moving closer to your shoulder. I don't know why I didn't see the gun right to the left of me. I will forgive that.
Shoot some targets.
Just some sidearm target practice. Doesn't really take too long.
Now, use that weapon to... We can't... You can stay behind
All the while, Duffman screaming orders at you.
Or leave cover when necessary.
Getting a little too excited in points.
You can shoot.
Now the cover system, it's fairly comprehensive. The main drawback is the fact that you can't jump. And you'll see how irritating it is having no vertical aspect to the game at all. Okay, another thing we should all take notice of, helping your teammate up. Look, just watch, it's not difficult. Now I played PvP in this for hours. There's no chance to resurrect any teammates. However, I played PvE for just as long. I died a lot, and I was never once rescued. Just saying, it's not very hard. Okay, so now we're moving on to the sniper portion of the training. Which you really find in this game is pointless, unless you hit everything in the head.
To hit the targets downrange.
You might as well be throwing toothpicks at them. But as a general rule, I prefer the sniper in most games. Now we move down the line a bit to grenade training, or in this game, Hail Mary training. You won't use grenades very often because there is friendly fire, and let's just say it's a cause for angst, blowing up your own team members. But you will find you're surrounded by about 50 mobs at a time, and you're about to die and you have no bullets. That's the grenade time. Okay, so this pretty much wraps up the tutorial. We just give this guy a quick rifle butt, open this door, and that's training over. So, really painless.
You are on your way to me. That's all there is to it. Head out the door and hit the locker.
Alright, so now we're looking at customization and game matching. Every time you finish a mission, you're going to end up in this scenario. You're going to get level ups and items. You have your lobby menu of all available games. I've just gone in here to player info. Have a look at the settings. There's plenty to look at. Now let's go into the inventory. First thing you're going to notice is that your games have a time next to it, or your guns have a time, I should say. So yeah, they're not keepers, they're just loners, which keeps you logging back in, I guess. But it is possible to get permanent items. Now, when you finish missions, you get given either silver, gold, or platinum bullets. Obviously, gold and platinum, they're going to give you more special items with a chance that there will be permanency. The silver bullets are really just revived tokens. I did get lucky and I got a permanent sniper rifle from them, but I wouldn't think that that's going to happen too often. But those silver bullets do keep you in enough lives to keep playing the game. Now let's have a look at the quick lobby menu. So it matches you up with anyone that needs to fulfill your particular achievement. And when you mouse over them, you get a short description of the player. It even gives a DPS indication, which is pretty cool. Alright, well, let's jump into the game.
Untitled
eliminated.
Okay, so you jump in, and it's pretty standard sort of stuff. Wave 1, I'm just waiting for some enemies to show up. Getting kind of frustrated at the lack of jumping ability. Alright, being joined by our first friend in the game. Oh look, they're all behind the bars. That doesn't seem too difficult at all. Okay, now they've made a hole in the wall and flowing out a bit more freely, but still nothing too intimidating. You do find later on that you can repair any of these busted grates that they get through, but it will cost you points, and those points are also your experience. So it really boils down to, do you want more experience or a less hectic game experience? And as most gamers will lean to, prefer more experience over an easy game any day. Just something to keep in mind as we tidy up this last wave. Okay, now third and final wave. Like, it's not looking too difficult at the moment, is it? Because this is literally the first PVE map that has been shown for me. And at this point I was getting a little concerned because it wasn't difficult and kinda not that fun. But it does get better as time goes on.
A decisive victory.
Now, we move into our second game. After all of a 10-second lobby wait, it was so quick that I forgot to press record until wave 2. Apologies. But when you start, you get told that this center area with the computers is what you're supposed to be defending. So, as any first-time gamer does, I hang around the point and try and defend it. A little time goes past, we shoot a few enemies. There doesn't seem to be too much happening, and I start to wonder where the hell everyone else is. So I continue on defending where I am, racking up a meager score. And this continues on pretty much the same wave for the next couple of waves. Look, there's one enemy left, wave clear, and I'm second from the bottom, only above the guy who's disconnected. Okay, so wave 3 comes about, and I start to watch the minimap, and I notice that none of the players are staying to defend this area. So I start to think that maybe I shouldn't stay either. So I leave, looking for more monsters to kill. Now I have sped up this footage for wave 2, 3 and 4, or sorry, wave 3 and 4, just because I'm getting my bearings, trying to find a more profitable area to set up shop. Now I'm still at the bottom of the leaderboard and I'm still looking around. It dawns on me halfway through this that there must be a spawn point, and if I can just sit near that spawn point, that's where I'm going to get my kills. So down that corridor I can see that they're spawning, but the wave's nearly over, so we're just mopping up. Alright, now 2 more kills and it'll be wave 5. Now wave 5, I have found my spot. So we reload, get ready to go. Okay, wave 5 comes. After some needless acrobatics, I move to my camping spot. Okay. Now as you'll see, I go from the bottom of the leaderboard to the top without really moving very far. Now at this point you start to think, okay, yeah, I'm getting plenty of kills, but they're just mobs. And yeah, it does start to feel like that. They are just mobs. Okay, so after 11 unchallenged kills and a few headshots, just camping on the spawn point. This wave ends in 5 enemies, and I now understand why I was at the bottom of the leaderboard and not getting many kills, because this is what everyone seems to do. Camp on a spawn point, kill everything that comes out. Okay, so just in case you thought it was too easy, here's some wipes. Okay, so now you know it's not completely easy. Here's where the game comes into its own. So as with most things, the scout, completely useless. As we're gonna see. Just pointless. The sniper, you would think, yeah, that'd be a good idea. Except for the fact that it takes 5 bullets to put down a non-player controlled ghost. That all it has to do is swipe you once and you die. So I'm going to put the sniper in the useless category as well. Moving on to the soldier with the assault rifle, always a good option. That you're going to pay 500 points, but you are going to rack up a few points to use on the more expensive classes with this guy. Unfortunately, as I said, this is my first playthrough, so this was the best footage of each of the characters I could pull together. But don't worry, I have gotten much better since. But yeah, I spent a lot of the time as the assault soldier. So a bit of a headshot. The one thing that is the big drawback for pretty much everyone in the entire game is ammo burn. That thing was already dead. I probably didn't need to waste my remaining 5 bullets. But check out the evasion skills, even though I have no way to retaliate at this point, and I realize and just wait to die.
1 minute left in the game.
Now, the shotgunner. Why is he here? You would think a shotgun would be what you want against the undead, but apparently it does nothing. Now, the minimech, I'm sure it'd be great, but as you'll see, I didn't get much of a run at it, as this was right at the end of we were getting owned 23 to 6. So they do a field switch on us. Okay, so now the other side of the coin, the monsters. You're gonna start with this guy, the Japanese zombie. Now look, he's got 2 talents. He can run fast, and he can scratch people. And the biggest problem being is, yeah, he can run fast, but he does it while screaming the whole time, so you can't really sneak up on anyone, they know you're coming. The other drawback is, while Scratch is quite strong, you have a bit of trouble getting close enough to anything to use, like so. Now we move on to the Undead Archer. Should be fun, archers usually are, except let's watch how hard it is to shoot an arrow. That was a single button press. You have to hold it down for about 5 seconds before the arrow will actually release. So it takes away any ranged value that this character has. And at the end of the day, what is an archer if he can't shoot a bow and arrow? An opportunist, maybe? It gets to the point where you feel like you're operating such a useless character that people aren't actively trying to kill you. So it's a thumbs down for the archer, really. You'll note that in this death, there was not an actual direct hit. Now, while we're on the topic of useless monsters, the whole aim of this character is to get close enough to something to explode. Which is exactly what I do, which didn't seem to kill anything. Giant Cleaver zombie? Yeah, it has its good points. He has a giant cleaver. And some sort of noxious poison. But he might as well be a paraplegic. Now, the Dasher, I apologize to any Dasher fans out there. I did come to find that they have an attack that will kill anything instantly. Now, the partially invisible ghost lady. I was fortunate enough to get some footage of actually getting a kill with this character. But it's like he can be seen anyway. Now this guy, the giant teleporting diaper demon. He is the only one that I've got to go that seemed like it could hold its ground against most things. As you'll see, a couple of shielded mechs. Just takes it in stride. But yeah, the PvP is intensely fun. And look, it is a free to play, so it's not going to cost you anything. Play it. If you don't like it, let us know in the comments below. But I think at this point we'll release some PvP videos. As I said, we are a lot better now than we were at filming this.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit us up on our Twitter and our Facebook. And for weekly updates and more videos, subscribe. See you next time. Stay wise.